है जो कोई गुरु की अनुसरण करे। ये बदलाव उद्भेदन विधि है जो कोई गुरु की अनुसरण करे। बिना कोई शंका के गुरु के भक्त की स्तर बढ़कर उसे जन्म सफल होगा। बिना कोई शंका के गुरु के भक्त की स्तर बढ़कर उसे जन्म सफल होगा। जन्म सफल होगा।
அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர், அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர். அனைத்துலகுக்கும் அமைதி தரத்தக்க அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர். அனைத்துலகுக்கும் அமைதி தரத்தக்க அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர். நன்மை பெருகிட நம் அறிவை தூண்டும் ஞான நெறியில் வாழ வழிகாட்டும். நன்மை பெருகிட நம் அறிவை தூண்டும் ஞான நெறியில் வாழ வழிகாட்டும் அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர். சாதி மத இன பேதங்கள் கடந்து சண்டை ஒழிந்து சமாதானம் காத்திட. சாதி மத இன பேதங்கள் கடந்து சண்டை ஒழிந்து சமாதானம் காத்திட. நீதியோடு உலக பெருமக்களை, நீதியோடு உலக பெருமக்களை நேர் சமநோக்கு நினைவில் வாழச் செய்யும். நேர் சமநோக்கு நினைவில் வாழச் செய்யும் அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர். இயற்கை அன்னை நம் எல்லாருக்கும் வேண்டிய எல்லா பொருட்களும் இருப்பு வைத்துள்ளாள். இயற்கை அன்னை நம் எல்லாருக்கும் வேண்டிய எல்லா பொருட்களும் இருப்பு வைத்துள்ளாள். முயற்சியில் விளை முரண் நீக்கி வாழனம் மூல அறிவினை முன் தூண்டும் விளக்காம். முயற்சியில் விளை முரண் நீக்கி வாழனம் மூல அறிவினை முன் தூண்டும் விளக்காம் அன்பின் அறக்கொடி பாரீர். ஓருலகாட்சி உள்ளொளி உணர்த்தவம் ஒருவர்க்கொருவர் உதவும் நற்தொண்டு. ஓருலகாட்சி உள்ளொளி உணர்த்தவம் ஒருவர்க்கொருவர் உதவும் நற்தொண்டு. பார் மீது பரப்பி பன்னலம் விளைக்கும் பரிதியன
common man.
Be blessed by the divine. We will start the program now. So this morning, we had a very vibrant session with talks from young to seasoned Vethathirians from USA, Delhi, Australia, Malaysia, and Singapore. So with that encouraging tempo, we extend a very warm yogic welcome to all those who have joined this Wellness Seekers Convention through Zoom, and to those who are also watching us at live in YouTube and Facebook, if you're able to get that up. Today, the world is celebrating the 6th International Yoga Day. The SKY Norway Team contribution to this day is an intercontinental gathering of yoga enthusiasts sharing their journey of spiritual consciousness. This is the first of its kind of virtual online global gathering, and each of you have to take a lot of pride in being a part of this SKY history. Yoga at home, yoga with family, these are the words which we're hearing around the world today. In 2020, the world when we walked into is a world with an increasing awareness for wellness quotient, immunity, integrated well-being, mental, family harmony, and holistic health. So just a brief walk back into history. When the trio, as we lovingly call them, Professor Balchandran, Professor Jayanti, and Professor Rajshekhar, when they landed in Norway around 2005, we got introduced not only to the life-changing concepts of SKY, but also it opened the doors of a new world of yoga. Before SKY, we perceived yoga as what was just asanas and what only yogis used to do, living a life with which a common man couldn't do it. It was a thing for sages or saints. All of us were gifted with greater understanding of how self, society, and nature are interrelated, how to overcome challenges and worries in life, how we can care for others and safeguard ourselves from the unpleasant experiences to the power of blessings. We are expanding the bond with like-minded people locally in Norway and globally with all of you, just by teaching us the importance of individual peace and family peace in a noble way. Swamiji has and his chosen disciples have guided us and still continue to guide us how to live a harmonious and a healthy life. Maharishi is a very legendary guru. He envisioned world peace through individual peace, and today each of you who are with us are a part of making his vision come true and being a part of this endeavor. So in this evening meeting or diaspora, we have guest speakers from Europe to Middle East and other parts of the world. They will be sharing their experiences, their transformation, and their thoughts. We will also have a few of them talking in their native languages. Yoga is free from languages. It is the rhythm of the body and the song of the soul. It's a beautiful medley, filling the entire universe with powerful energies. VeWa, Waves of Vethathiri team has been kind enough to help us with the live show if we get it going. Now, with the support of Professor Balchandran, Professor Jayanti, and with Rajshekhar, we were able to have this program at this grand scale. This whole event was just conceived 4 days ago, and thanks to a corporate who showed their interest. And we thank the tremendous support which we received from various corners of the world to conduct this grand celebration. We all want to give a special thanks to all the guest speakers who've agreed to be a part of this grand celebration at such a short notice, and everyone else who've supported us in this preparation. Today, I can very proudly say, on behalf of the SKY Norway members, we are very proud to host this event of this International Yoga Day, where we will unite the world, sharing the same thoughts, blessing the whole world a good health, long life, happiness, and peace. We will start this program with a small meditation by our very own senior professor, Jayanti Balachandran. Before we start this meditation, let us just know a few words about her. And she's changed a lot of lives around the world. So she, along with her husband, Professor Balchandran, has dedicated her life to service for over 30 years. She supported her husband's decision to take voluntary retirement at the peak of his career and has been a pillar of strength in his spiritual journey ever since, accompanying him in all his travels around the world. And she's created a niche mark for herself. She sang many melodious songs for Swamiji and also has written down a lot of verses which Swamiji has told her to. She speaks multiple languages. We now invite her to conduct the meditation for us. Be blessed by the divine. Professor Jayanti, can you please start the meditation, ma'am?
Be blessed by the divine. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to this International Confluence of Yoga and Peace on the International Yoga Day. Generally, we start our program with a song on divinity, but today we are going to start the program with a short meditation. Meditation will help us to calm down the mind and be receptive. So we will start the meditation. Those who are familiar with meditation, you can do your own meditation. If you are not familiar with meditation, then you can focus your mind on the breath. If you are familiar with the Ajna meditation, you can do that. Please sit straight, link your hands, close your eyes. The atmosphere around us is purified by the divine power. The atmosphere around us is purified by the divine power. The atmosphere around us is purified by the divine power. The divine energy descends upon us. We are purified and blessed. The divine energy descends upon us. We are purified and blessed. The divine energy descends upon us. We are purified and blessed. The divine power may protect us, guide us, and lead us in all our activities, day and night, in all places, at all times. Salutations to Mother. Salutations to Father. Salutations to the Spiritual Master. We will start the meditation at Ajna Chakra. Be blessed by the divine. We are concluding the meditation. Mentally spread the energy throughout the body. All the cells in the body are purified and blessed. In this peaceful state of mind, whatever auto suggestions you take, it will have more effect. And if you think of other people and bless them, you are able to send the positive vibrations. So we will take auto-suggestion. By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. Blessings. Bless your life partner. Bring him or her into your mental picture and mentally say, be blessed by the divine. Bless your children one by one in the same way. Bless your brothers and sisters. Bless your close relatives and important friends. Bless your officers, colleagues, subordinates, and those who help you in your daily life. Bless the miscreant or enemy, if any, with kindness, so that they may also change and lead a good life. Let us bless all the participants who are assembled here and their family members. Be blessed by the divine. We pray to the Almighty that people should not be affected by coronavirus, and those who are affected should have a speedy recovery. Be blessed by the divine. We will also bless the world leaders, doctors, nurses, government officials, police officials, volunteers, and those who are helping in cleaning activities, that they should not be affected by coronavirus, and in whatever way they are able to help them, we will bless them. Be blessed by the divine. 2 words. I, in my lifetime, will not cause pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not cause pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not cause pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. World blessing. Rain may pour on all parts of the world, timely and sufficiently. Food grains may grow abundantly to the satisfaction of all living beings. Leaders of all nations may progress in spiritual knowledge and do good services to humanity. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May there be peace within us. May there be peace around us. May there be peace in the whole world. Peace, peace, peace. Now gently rub your palms and fingers. Pass the energy over the face. Take your hands up. Take a deep breath. Then bring your hands down. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for such a beautiful and a divine meditation. We now move on to the next phase of our program. So we now invite Professor Balchandran to extend a warm welcome to all of you and to speak a few words. Before that, we'll just get a sneak peek into him. He's a veteran sky spiritualist and he's dedicated over 40 years of his life to Vethathiri Maharshi. As said earlier, he took an early retirement and he started serving the Guru. He has traveled around the world sowing seeds of Vethathirium along with Professor Jayanti and Professor Rajshekhar, and has established footage in Hindi-speaking states of India along with them. He has a raving sense of humor and he has a talent to connect to the audience of different sections. Very thought-provoking lectures he gives, are extremely pragmatic and doesn't dilute the concepts at all. Under his guidance, that is WCSC, has applied for UN body consultative, United Nations consultative status in the ECOSOC body, and there's a lot of milestones which it has reached. So before I hand it over, we have to mention the force which is there, who is in the background. He's a powerful inspiration. He has transformed many lives around the world, and he gave up his flourishing overseas and dedicated his life to Vethathiri Maharshi for over 30 years. I'm sure you all must be guessing who this is, and some of you also know. He is definitely the digital sadhu. He is the powerhouse and the silent energy behind all of us, Professor Rajshekhar. Before I hand over to Balchandran Ayya, who will conduct the next phase of the program, I just have a request for the speakers. I request you to kindly limit your talks to this whole group to the allotted time, so that we get an opportunity to listen to everyone. We have people who've come from all over the world. It's extremely overwhelming to the entire team to see such an audience and an array of speakers. In case you are exceeding the time, we would not like to interrupt you by talking, so we'll just you ring a bell or make some noise so that you know that there is a limited time, or you are just beyond your time. So that's just as a gentle reminder. So again, thank you all, and I'm really excited to listen to each of you, as are so many people. Professor Balchandran, kindly start off this global program.
Oh, thank you, madam. Thanks to the wonderful arrangement by the Norway team. Thanks to all the special speakers of today's evening, and all those who are connected through the internet across the world. I begin with the motto of the World Community Service Center, Vethathiri Maharshi. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May we all be blessed with good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. This has been the vision and mission of Vethathiri Maharshi. Today, we are all here to celebrate the 6th International Yoga Day, a confluence of yoga for peace and prosperity. When I see many of the speakers are going to do the talking today, we recollect the beautiful experiences we all had in different countries and how great you people were there to host us and gave a lot of experience to us and made us a much more rounded personality. If we had not done that, maybe we would not be knowing that part of the world at all. I'm grateful to all of you for that matter. Fine. Now, Vethathiri Maharshi, as a single individual, found that something is missing in the human life. Though we have a provision to even understand the entire universal secrets, we have come from that source, so we can go back to that source. And only a human being has that capacity. And he had reached that state. In fact, many great masters across the world, across the centuries, had reached those levels. And the latest is Vethathiri Maharshi. And what he found was that he is not something special. We all have that potential. If divinity is there everywhere, it should be within us also, is it not? So, is it not possible to tap that great source? And he worked on, he tried so many systems. And then he evolved this beautiful system called Simplified Kundalini Yoga. By focusing your mind on the source of your own mind, your mind becomes more and more calm, more and more powerful, creativity increases, magnanimity increases, flexibility, receptivity, adaptability. All those qualities which are absolutely essential for us to be successful, either at home or in office or in society. And he developed this beautiful system wherein you are able to go inward and find out those things about which our education system has not even talked about. The science has not yet reached there. We have a life energy throbbing in us. We have a magnetism because of which the internal system is functioning so beautifully and is connected to the external universal magnetism. We are not aware of all those things because we are consciously always looking at outside world through the five senses. The five senses have got limitations. Eyes can see only this much. Ears can hear only this much. But beyond these five senses, through the sixth sense, if that can be purified, if that can be strengthened, universal secrets will come to you as intuition, tuition from inside. It is this system which he systematized it. And when he found that it is so powerful, he went from place to place. Within India, he traveled quite a lot. Then he started going abroad to so many countries, right from Japan to America to Europe, and spread this knowledge. Unfortunately, quite a few people appreciated and started practicing it. But unfortunately, many of us, when everything is going on nice, no, we don't bother about these things. Only when something goes wrong, then we want some solutions. Today, fortunately or unfortunately, this coronavirus has made us to think about life from a different angle altogether. While so much of consumerism is there, are we able to get rid of a small virus? Is it not possible? Is there something wrong? Don't we have that immunity level to deal with that? So now we are looking at solutions. At this juncture and on this International Yoga Day, Vethathiri Maharshi becomes, the solution. He gives a solution for individual life, for the family life. Are we in harmony with our life partner, with our children, with our parents, in the office? We find that there is still a lot of disharmony. So can that be dealt with? Yes, it is possible. A beautiful system of introspection and the duty consciousness that I'm constantly indebted to society. Due to society is duty. What a beautiful definition of duty. So I'm constantly indebted to the society. How do I return? If only we start thinking, instead of how much we can extract from society, how much can I give? That I will not harm anybody in my pursuit of success. Thus, 2 votes we took. I, in my lifetime, will not cause pain to others. And to the extent possible, I will help others. If only these 2 principles are implemented, do you think we'll have a world war? Do you think we'll have problems within our countries as well? No. So somehow Maharshi is able to tap on secrets which are very simple to practice, simple to follow. Again, at the international level, his book on world peace and subsequent books, how the whole world can be peaceful. Can we have a world without war? Can we have less of inequalities? Not taking money from the rich and giving to the poor. Can everyone become richer? Taking everyone along. So these beautiful principles, practices, which are very relevant today, and International Yoga Day, when so many of you from so many different countries are getting together, and when all of us put our positive vibrations, definitely we can make a change in our lives and in the lives of others. Of course, at times we feel very depressed when things are going wrong. In fact, once I asked Swamiji, I just shared this thought and then I conclude my speech now. We see everywhere things are all going wrong. Harmony is not there. Disturbances are there. Terrorism is there. So once I asked him, Swamiji, I don't find any optimism at all. How is it that you're so optimistic? And he gave a very, very beautiful answer. Today we got many Europeans are there. I want to make this point because you are going to be the torch bearers for the peace, which have already started. I didn't know that. So I told him, Swamiji, there doesn't seem to be much of optimism. And you know what he said? He asked me, where did the First World War start? I said, Europe. Second World War, Europe. Now, the same Europe, which was so divided that world wars were there, but today we find that all those countries, without visa you can travel, without visa you can go and work. Could you have imagined 50 years back, 100 years back? We could not even thought of, but today it is happening. European Union, not the divisions. European Union has come about and has been working successfully. If a European Union can form, why not an Asian Union? Why not an American Union? Why not an African Union? And why not a World Union? You see, it is possible. And I thought that I should share this beautiful thought of Maharishi. It gives a lot of hope for all of us. And let us all get together and do our own small contributions. Then the divinity will take care. Once again, thanking all of you for participating in this program at such a short notice. Just in 3-4 days, you people have come and are ready to speak to all of us. Thank you very much. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you, Ayya, for this beautiful speech and for telling us the relevance of what it is today. Now we have a short welcome video welcoming all our lovely guests who've joined us here from everywhere. We will play the video now.
வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Friends, greetings on the 6th International Day of Yoga. I'm very happy to note the growing popularity of yoga in the last few years, and especially among the youth. The theme of the years is yoga at home and yoga with family. Friends, yoga offers something for everyone. It enables strong mind and healthy body. This time, small is smart and small is good. Let us make yoga more popular and our planet healthier.
I hope you all enjoyed the video. Now we start with our first speaker. Professor Balchandran, can you please start off this whole diaspora, sir?
Oh yes, it's a very nice duty. I would enjoy. First, we would like to have Mr. Farshad from Bahrain to give his talk. He was a pilot, and just yesterday when I spoke to him, he said he's retired and then he's ready for the second stint, and he has got more time. He's a very, very creative person. So I know that his second phase of life would be even more productive. When we visited Bahrain, somehow, though he was very busy, he would always somehow make it a point to come and attend the class, share his thoughts, very dynamic personality. So I would now request him to say a few words. Yes, Mr. Farshad.
So kindly unmute yourself, sir.
You have to
Yeah, you can unmute and then you can start off.
Okay,
Yes.
Yes, sir, you can start talking. Yeah.
Yes, sir, it's fine. You can start.
Mr. Farshad, you can start, sir.
Are you able to hear us?
Mr. Farshad? Yes, you can start speaking. We're waiting for you. Yes.
Maybe we move on to the next speaker and then we'll call him personally and then we'll discuss with him. So let's move on to the next speaker.
Yes.
Barbara. She took basic classes in Austria, came to the ashram to take introspection classes, and stayed in Delhi for 1 month with us and became a Sky Yoga master. A very bold lady. Why I'm telling is, at the 9th month of her pregnancy with twins, she took us from Germany to Austria at 12 o'clock in the night. A very self-confident person, a wonderful host also. I request her to give her thoughts on this International Yoga Day. Welcome, Barbara.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Barbara.
Barbara, are you able to hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can, ma'am. Please go ahead. Yeah.
Great.
Yes, Barbara. Please go ahead.
First, I want to thank all of you, especially Balachandran, Chayanti, and Rajashekar for the invitation. Thank you. And also to SKY Norway. I'm very happy to be part of this online conference. And I just wanted to talk about some from the last few weeks, because here the COVID situation is getting better. So maybe I can join some.
Can you hear me now?
Thoughts. Yeah, I
cannot hear anyone.
Sorry, that's
and
Mr.
I cannot
Farshad.
see anyone.
Okay. Ma'am, you go ahead, ma'am. We'll mute him. You please go ahead.
Okay. So shall I continue? Okay. In Austria, the regulations getting slowly a bit back to normal. So I just want to tell you a little review about the situation, how it was here. The positive thing was that there was even more time for meditation and introspection. And what I found out is that how mighty fear can be through media. and also the global fear, I mean. And if we surrender to fear, we are all getting small, vulnerable, and helpless. And but I think not the virus is the problem. It's the fear is the problem. It makes us weak, and yeah, and also depresses the immune level. And yeah, that's also proved in medical studies. The virus, vectors, and mucosas are part of our nature. And without these roommates, we wouldn't be where we are now. It's part of the evolution. But with meditation, and I'm thankful to Swamiji for his treasure he gives us. In Turiyatit meditation and divine state meditation, I could connect to the whole and and open up and have trust to the divine plan. And also the karma yoga was very interesting and very good, because the people came closer together, even if they had they had physical distance, but socially they all came closer. They helped a lot of people were willing to help elders, and you could see the people who were in need, they all got help at this time. So nothing or no one exists independently. And that was very nice to see how people come together, even if they shouldn't physically. I often heard about we have to fight against the virus and we have to war against virus, but is it really that we can fight against nature? Or can we develop like evolution, like the evolution and almighty providence? So then when we develop, we just can come together and take the next step together. I wish you and your families best health and inner strength to come through this time, and keep physical distance, but we can stay connected within our hearts. Thank you very much. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you, ma'am. That was beautiful. Professor Balchandran.
Thank you, Barbara. It was so nice of you. In fact, I would like to tell you that, everyone that she was not fully well today, but still she has managed it without showing that she's not. That's her greatness. That's what she said is the boldness. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks for your help.
Yeah. Now, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Farshad, are you ready?
No,
Mr.
no,
Farshad,
we'll work on that. Maybe
are you
we'll
able to
move on
hear us? Can you join now? I think it's still not getting the message.
Yes.
So we'll take the next person.
Yes, yes, yes.
Marcus. Yeah. Marcus, are you ready for it?
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, just a minute. I'll just say a few words about you and then we can start off. Marcus is a very peaceful man, but he's in military. Okay. Generally, it's a contradicting thing,
Now,
but you should see him to believe that.
yes, I have been asked to unmute.
Very
I have
soft,
unmuted, and I
very
don't
kind,
see anyone on
associated
my screen. Oh,
spirituality
now I see a lady.
for so
But
many years.
I do not.
Aya, 1 second. Aya, Balchandra, Aya, 1 second. I think
Yes.
we're very sorry, people, for the confusion. Now I can, I think Mr. Farsad was speaking. We've muted. Now, yes, Aya, please go ahead. Yes, go ahead, please.
Who,
Go ahead
Farshad?
with Mark. Farshad, I'll message him personally. Kindly go ahead with Mr. Marcus's introduction.
Okay, thank you. So we'll go ahead with Mr. Marcus. I was telling you that a military person being so peaceful, very kind-hearted, and interested in spirituality, has got a great seeking for spirituality. Very systematic, and after knowing the importance of the SKY system, he brought about 20 people for the system, and then he traveled to Qatar, the Middle East, to take the next level. So that is Marcus. Now I want him to say what he has to say now. Thank you, Marcus. Please go ahead.
Thank you for that very kind introduction. And thank you everyone for participating today. Today I'd like to do a very short presentation. So I will just share my screen. There we go. Can you all see my shared screen?
Yes, we can.
So.
Yes,
okay,
we can.
Great. So very shortly, I'd like to just introduce myself. Like Balachandran mentioned, I'm employed in the Danish Army. So just, you have this saying that a picture says more than 1,000 words. So I believe I've managed to say over 5,000 words in this simple picture. These are just some spotlights from my everyday work. So as you can see, I've been quite busy for quite some time in serving my country, but also doing my very best to promote peace and understanding between people of different countries and different cultures. Here are some highlights from my spiritual journey I have taken from each meeting I've been fortunate enough to have with SKY. As you can see, it all started here in Denmark. Then we went to the Netherlands, and finally we went to Qatar. Like Balachandran mentioned, SKY has had a profound positive effect on my own life. So I am simply so happy to be able to practice it and also share it with others. What I want to talk about today is this principle of world peace through individual peace. And seeing that Vethathiri Maharishi was such a great, he was so focused on promoting universalism and brotherhood, I'd like to share some artwork from a Danish artist, mystic, and philosopher. So this is the first picture I'd like to explain. If you can see my mouse, I will shortly explain what the different symbols mean. So this star here at the top symbolizes divinity. As you can see, divinity are shining 3 rays of light. This very first step of the pyramid symbolizes the earliest and simplest of mankind. As you can see, divinity shone its rays on them and guided them through these rays of orange color. Orange color symbolizes our old mythologies and tribal religions. Later, as mankind rose to the next level, you can see that this step is getting a little bit more light, whereas this one is more dark. That symbolizes that mankind evolves. And as mankind evolves, it becomes less and less dark. And finally, mankind became mature enough to receive a new kind of guidance, which is symbolized by the yellow rays, as you can see here. And then at the next step, the steps getting lighter and lighter, finally we get to the yellow ones. And the yellow ones symbolizes the religions which are humane in nature, such as the great religions of Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, etc. Finally, mankind was introduced to the thoughts of love, tolerance, and forgiveness. As we continue, we can see here, we finally have some white light. And this white light is what will guide mankind the last steps it needs to go to ascend finally to the highest level. And these white rays symbolize what this Danish artist has called spiritual science. And I would argue that the system of SKY, which Vethathiri Maharishi has so graciously given to the world, is a part of this last ray, uniting reason and intellect with compassion and spirituality. So overall, this image shows this slow but steady ascent of mankind, and also how all of our different religions come from the very same source, divinity. So mankind is actually just one big family, and all our religions are from the same source. Now I will quickly move to the next. I have two to go. I'll try to be within the time frame. This symbol looks very serious, and it also is. I will start here in the middle where you can see the heart. This symbolizes an individual human being. As you can see, a big orange arc is coming onto it, and we see two swords in the heart. This symbolizes a bad karma from the past, reaching an individual human being. The two swords symbolize that this one person, he continues the conflict. So they fight, that's the swords. And then that generates more negative karma, which will then come back in the future. So this is all on the individual level. However, if we go to the background, we can see a city in flames. This symbolizes the connection between the individual and all of society. As long as humankind is in conflict with one another, we will experience wars and conflict. And as you can see here, as a volcano erupting, that symbolizes natural disasters, but also sickness and disease, where this coronavirus is an example of that. As you all know, the coronavirus supposedly was transferred from animals to human beings. So many other epidemics are the same. HIV supposedly started from monkeys in Africa. We have the bird flu, the swine flu, so many epidemics, and now latest this coronavirus. And they're all due to the unnecessary suffering, killing, and eating of animals. So if we could just extend our circle of compassion to our friends, the animals, we would actually be without these diseases. And finally, the most serious image in this picture, the skeleton, you can see there's a dark light around him, which is blocking out the golden rays. This symbolizes that as long as humankind is selfish and conflicts and toils with one another, that will spread to the whole world in conflict, war, natural disasters, and diseases. Finally, the last symbol I will share with you today symbolizes what we can achieve in the future. Once more, you see a big orange arc of a bad karma coming down upon a heart, which symbolizes an individual human being. However, this time, you can see two hands shaking. This means that the two human beings forgive each other and stop their conflict. Peace is attained. And as you can see, now a big yellow arc is going out towards the future. So that symbolizes a good karma has been created and the negative imprint has been stopped. And now if we go to the background and see how this individual action affects the whole world, you can see the dark clouds over the earth. They are slowly starting to disperse. And it is being dispersed by the light shining from this triangle and star, which symbolizes the rays of divinity. So overall, it shows that if each individual can just tolerate and forgive each other, then that can spread to the whole world and we can achieve world peace through individual peace. So that was my short introduction to our perspective between Vethathiri Maharishi on the one hand and then this Danish mystic and philosopher on the other. So I would like to end on this note that, like Mr. Balachandran mentioned in the beginning, yes, it is possible to achieve peace in the world. If we just start with ourselves and become peaceful, it will spread to our family, then to our community, the society, our country, and finally to the whole world. May you all be blessed.
Thank you, Marcus. We give full marks to you for a wonderful explanation. How individual karmas can be changed and how it affects the entire world and how the whole universe is connected. Very beautifully put, very nicely with good diagrams. Yes, it's very descriptive. Thank you so much. It adds to our knowledge, and let more and more people follow these things, and we could make the world the difference which we want in this world. Thank you very much, Marx.
Still, we wonder that whether you work in, whether you do your service in military. Such a soft person and beautifully explained everything. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you. Professor Balchandra, can we all just be patient for just 1 minute because Mr. Farhad is trying really hard. So I'm just going to unmute him and let's just hear him. You can introduce him later on, okay?
Okay.
Because he's been really trying. So let's just all be patient for just a minute.
Sure.
Hello, everyone, and be blessed by the divine power. I was asked to speak for a few minutes on the subject of from a man to a yogic man. And I've been involved with the SKY and Kayakalpa method of yoga for a few years now. And by reading some of the books and material and participating in some of the training and exercises, what I have gathered up basically will be talked about in a few minutes with regards to the purpose and the use of yoga in general. Purpose of yoga is to help us to detach ourselves from the material world, if possible, be more content, and develop our soul to be more soul conscious, and in the process also be able to take care of ourselves physically, and be able to live in a harmonious way with nature and the society as a whole. In the process of practicing yoga and meditation, we become more peaceful, more content, more satisfied with ourselves and what we have in life in general. So in the process of following the instructions with regards to meditation, and what meditation does is it helps develop our intellect and our awareness, our will, our mind. It helps our behavior with regards to our moral values. Mind and body function in they're codependent, and they are two elements that need to be attended to evenly, or just as importantly. For me, yoga has been a tool to better balance myself, better balance my life. And it has brought a lot of peace into my life. It has helped me to learn more about my soul, which is a life force or our spirit. The main purpose of existence, from what I have learned, is to seek where we are truly from, to seek and find out who we truly are as spirits, as souls, and not so much as a physical being. And to learn how we can best connect to our origin. The best way to do that is to basically try to control and eliminate ego, greed, attachment to material goods, and develop our consciousness. The more we become conscious of who we are as a soul, the more we advance in the process of spirituality. And that would prevent us from continuing this saga of living in an illusion that the world that we're in is truly what it is, which in reality, it's our soul, where it comes from and where it's going, which is the reality and not the physical part of this world that we live in. And the way to prevent us from coming back and reliving this life over and over again, we need to break through and make that spiritual connection to the source, which will prevent us or help us from not having to relive this life cycle over and over again. That's the realization that we all need to seek and we need to achieve.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
Just in a few minutes, you are able to give the essence of the philosophy of life. Thank you very much. Now we'll go to the. Now we'll invite Professor Janaki Raman to come and share his thoughts. Janaki Raman Ayya, he has been doing a fantastic job in Muscat. He was the backbone there for the SKY system. And then when he came back to India, apart from being an IT person, he was also a psychologist. So he in India went around to villages and started talking to those people and making them come out of many of the mental blocks they had. Problems of life, people, drunkards, getting converted. So that was a great job he has been doing. And now he has been given a greater responsibility of how to take the World Community Service Center to the next stage because of his international experience. We're very happy that he is with us and he's going to share his thoughts with us. Welcome, Ayya. Please. Yes, sir, you can start.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jaya. Thank you so much for your introduction. Valga Vayyagam, Valga Vayyagam, Valga Valamudan. Guru Valga, Guruve Tunai. Be blessed by the divine. It's an honor and privilege to be with this forum of intellectuals from across the globe through the SKY Norway team. I congratulate the wonderful effort being put in by the SKY Norway team and by Professor Balchandran and his team. Actually, I got initiated through Professor Balchandran way back in 2002 when the trio, Professor Balchandran, Jayanti Amma and Mr. Rajshekhar, they all came to Muscat, stayed for a few days, and made a big change to my life. I was absolutely totally different before. Today, what I am is because of those wonderful teachings given by Vethathiri Maharishi, which came to me through Professor Balchandran. I'm indebted to him. Because the kind of transformation he has brought into me is phenomenal, I would say. Today, the world has completely changed. The last 4-5 months, we have seen a huge transformation, and the COVID world has changed the way we operate. And it is extremely important that we all utilize the opportunity of SKY and ensure that we are healthy in the mind and the body. Vethathiri Maharishi has given us a perfectly beautiful system which handles our mind, body, and soul. In our system, if you see, there are two circulations. One is the blood circulation, which is pumped by the heart. There's also another circulation, which is the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system circulation is important to ensure immune levels are well maintained. And there's no pump to pump the immunity hormones. The only way is to keep moving ourselves. You see the physical exercises Swamiji has given. He has exactly given the right places, what to move, when to move, how to move, and what quantum to move. So if you only practice the physical exercise on a daily basis, your immune levels will be fantastic and you will not be affected by any health issues, including the COVID. Today, this SKY system has reached the global levels of many countries through the trio, Balachandranaya and his team. It is our ardent hope and importance. We feel that this has to go to reach a larger audience. With this in mind, today being the Global International Yoga Day, wherein the theme is do yoga at home along with your family as a team. Our president, Shri SKM Mailanandan, has announced a new initiative by the World Community Service Center that we are going to offer the SKY Yoga through the online. Starting today, we can register for this online from across the world, and starting from next month, the services will start and you can learn the art of meditation, yoga exercises, and the complete exercises through online itself. And you can visit whenever you have time, kundaliniyoga.edu.in. There's a website where you can see all these services. Shortly, you will have more information on the website. And on that note, I want to thank all of you and congratulate the SKY Norway team and Professor Balchandran and his team for the wonderful effort that you are putting through. And I'm sure Swamiji's blessings will always be there and will take us to the next level in our journey with SKY. Thank you very much. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you also for introducing this online course, which will be starting in the month of July. The English course would possibly start from 16th of July, 12-day program. More details of it will be available in our website. He has been the main motive force behind all these things. I thank him once again for all these great efforts he has been putting. Be blessed by the divine.
Next one is Rita. When I say her name, I become energetic. Such a lively person, always very active. You forget your tiredness when you are with her. A very good host. And she tried her level best in arranging courses in Florence and Italy. We had been there so many times and we had a wonderful time with her. Yes, You are welcome, Rita.
Thank you. Do you want me to speak English or in Italian?
Both.
A few lines
Just
in
for, yeah,
All
just
right,
for
so
1 minute. You want to
I'll
hear
be very-
Italian and then go back to English.
Yes.
Ok, so I'll be very short. Ho conosciuto il metodo SKY 20 anni fa e quello che mi è piaciuto di questo metodo è il fatto che sia basato su 3 cose fondamentali: il corpo fisico, la mente e l'energia vitale. Per il corpo fisico ci sono gli esercizi fisici che sono semplicissimi. A me personalmente sono piaciuti particolarmente quelli per la schiena, quindi quando non ho tempo faccio solo quelli. Poi c'è il corpo mentale, la mente, e c'è la meditazione. La meditazione si basa sul sentire, percepire l'energia vitale. Poi c'è il Kaya Kalpa, che è difficile spiegare cosa sia, comunque serve per migliorare e mantenere l'energia vitale. E a me piace tantissimo il Kaya Kalpa perché quando sento un peso a livello del cuore che mi fa venire l'ansia al mattino, facendo Kaya Kalpa sento l'energia che fluisce, si mette in tutto il corpo e mi passa l'ansia e riesco a affrontare le giornate in modo molto più tranquillo e sereno. So I'll say something in English, but very briefly, because I think very few people understood what I said.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Right?
understood every word of it, but I would like to hear in English also.
All right, so I'll be very brief because I'm not an intellectual person. I'm a very simple, I call myself a mountain rabbit. But anyway, so I came across this Kundalini, simplified Kundalini yoga about 20 years ago in Germany. And what I liked about this method was that, which is a way of life, really, is that it's based on 3 very simple things, which are the body, the mind, and the life energy. So we are made up of these 3 things, basically. So for the body, we have physical exercises, which are very simple, and I personally enjoy the ones for the deck, so that I do them every day, if I don't have time to do the others. For the meditation, I do that every morning, and it focuses on your life energy, which I'd never come across such an idea. And then Kaya Kalpa, it's difficult to explain what it is, but I enjoy doing that. It's very important for me to do that because when I wake up in the morning, I often have this feeling of heaviness, of fear within me. And I feel that by doing Kaya Kalpa, the energy starts flowing. And I don't feel fear or stress anymore. And I can start the day with a peaceful attitude, which is good for me, but it's good for the people around me as well. So I would say this simplified Kundalini yoga has been very helpful to me. I've been doing it for the past 20 years. I'm 66 and I have not taken any tablets. I have no health issues, and it could very well be that it's because I'm doing all this. So I thank Bala, Jay, and Raja for having come to Italy such a long way. And thank you to you all, and I wish you a good life. Ciao.
Ciao.
Yeah, thank you. You're a good ambassador for Sky. Okay, both in Italian and in English.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to tell all of our friends that she and her husband Sante,
The whole family.
the whole family, the daughter, all of them, they've been doing fantastic job for us. They've been translating many of the works from English to Italian and things like that. And she used to be a constant translator, moving around with us, taking us everywhere. Thank you very much, madam. Thanks. Be blessed, Vethathiri.
Be blessed.
Thank you.
Be blessed. Be blessed. The next one, 2 speakers, Radna Aranja, sisters from Switzerland, young yoga masters, and teaching languages, other languages in Switzerland. Welcome to this session. They came to the ashram, stayed there for 1 month, and became yoga masters. Yes, You can start your thoughts.
வாழ்க வளமுடன், வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine. So as Jentiama said, we went to the ashram in 2017, and it was our first experience with yoga and with all Maharishi concept and philosophy. This was, for me, it was a really unexpected event because I always wanted to learn yoga, but I never find the time. And in 2017, I had the opportunity to go to the ashram in Alyar for 1 month, where I learned more about Maharishi and his philosophy. And a lot of teachers taught me sky yoga, different type of meditation, and also some helpful exercise for the mind. And when I was there, I really had the feeling that Maharishi's philosophy was somehow indirectly related to my life. And I could really relate with everything that he taught us and brought to this world. This time of my life in Alyar, I cannot believe that it's happened. And I'm really grateful that I was there. And this opportunity, I wish that everyone can have the opportunity to learn Maharishi's philosophy and sky yoga, of course. And his philosophy is actually very simply explained and accessible to everyone. And if you have the opportunity to do that, it will help not only on the mind and body, but also on the soul. And your surrounding will also be positively affected. So I really recommend for those people who don't know about Maharishi, Vethathiri Maharishi's philosophy, it's something that you won't regret at all. So thank you.
I will also speak, but in French, so it will also reach French speakers. C'est en 2017 que je me suis familiarisée avec la philosophie Vethathiri Maharishi. Ma première véritable expérience avec Maharishi, c'était en 2017 en Suisse, lorsque Balachandran Ayya et sa femme Jyantiyamma sont venus en Suisse pour partager la philosophie de Vethathiri Maharishi. J'ai toujours voulu apprendre à méditer correctement, mais sauf que je ne savais pas par où commencer et par quoi commencer. Et grâce à eux, j'ai pu apprendre la méditation basique, ainsi que le sky yoga, bien sûr. En 2017, j'avais également fini une partie de mes études et avant de poursuivre la suite, j'ai eu l'opportunité de me rendre en Inde pour approfondir mes connaissances et pratiquer plus de yoga et de méditation. Et tout cela grâce à Balachandran Ayya et sa femme Jyantiyamma qui nous ont inscrits à un cours de 2 mois à l'ashram de Vethathiri Maharishi à Alyar en Inde. Là-bas, j'ai pu apprendre tous les types de méditation de Vethathiri Maharishi ainsi que le sky yoga en l'espace de 4 semaines seulement. Et on a pu aussi faire le cours pour devenir enseignante. Faire du yoga et de la méditation m'a vraiment influencé positivement. Cela m'a permis d'être bien concentrée durant mes cours et de toujours véhiculer de l'énergie positive, ce qui est très important dans la vie quotidienne. En plus de cela, j'arrive à bien gérer d'autres situations dans ma vie et de trouver l'harmonie parfaite. La philosophie de Maharishi est bien imprégnée dans ma vie et surtout quand j'ai réalisé que l'univers est vraiment la source de toutes choses, mais vraiment de toutes choses. Il faut me croire. La philosophie de Vethathiri Maharishi est expliquée de façon très simple et le sky yoga, une des types de yoga, mais vraiment expliquée et pratiquée de façon très simple, que tout le monde peut faire, autant les jeunes, les adultes, les personnes âgées et les enfants. En pratiquant régulièrement la méditation ainsi que les différents types de méditation, bien sûr, ainsi que le yoga, vous ressentirez non seulement des changements positifs dans votre corps et votre esprit, mais aussi dans votre vie en général et vous vivrez bien sûr en harmonie. Si vous aussi vous voulez découvrir l'aspect calme et positif de votre vie, n'hésitez pas à contacter un centre Sky proche de chez vous si ce n'est pas encore fait. Voilà, alors merci de votre attention. Thank you very much for your attention. And thank you very much, Balachandran Ayya, Jyantiyamma, and Rajashekharanna for your invitation and also Sky Yoga Norway.
Thank you.
Thank you. We never thought that French can be spoken so fast. Okay.
So fluent in French.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
It's nice that such young persons are so passionate about yoga, and being in Switzerland, where English is there, French is there, German is there, and it's a country of neutrality. And with such young persons coming forward to spread this knowledge, we are very sure that the future is in very safe hands. Thank you so much.
Thank you
And
so
all
much.
the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now that English and French we heard, now we are going to hear some German and English. We have Björn, a very close friend of ours. In fact, when we came to Europe, we landed in his place only. And in his college of physiotherapy, the first program we started in Europe. And before that, he had come to the ashram, spent quite a number of days with us. We became very, very close to each other. And that's how the Indo-European love started. Thank you, Björn, for everything. Now we request you to come and speak in German for a couple of minutes and then switch over to English so that we could say that we could understand what you're saying. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'll first start in German. Hallo, mein Name ist Björn Schnurr. Ich komme aus Ulm in Süddeutschland und ich habe das Sky Yoga seit ungefähr 20 Jahren gelernt. Und ich möchte heute kurz was über einen bestimmten Teil des Kayakalpa Yogas sagen, und zwar dieses Ashwini Mudra. Als Physiotherapeut konnte ich eben verschiedene sehr gute Effekte mit Patienten zusammen erzielen durch dieses Ashwini Mudra. Also da geht es um diese Aktivierung des Beckenbodens. Und es ist eben so, dass verschiedene Strukturen, fasziale Strukturen, Bänder und Muskeln eben durch den Beckenboden mit der Wirbelsäule und inneren Organen verbunden sind, die dadurch aktiviert werden. Und dadurch kann es oft passieren, dass eben Rückenschmerzen reduziert werden und dass eben die Wirbelsäule insgesamt gestärkt wird. Ein anderer wesentlicher Teil ist die Entspannung von nervlicher Anspannung. Also viele Menschen heutzutage leiden ja unter verschiedenen Stresssyndromen. Und es ist so, dass man eben über dieses Ashwini Mudra ein bestimmtes System im Körper aktivieren kann, das dann über den Beckenboden im Gehirn das limbische System aktiviert, und von da aus gibt es dann wieder eine Feedback-Schleife zurück auf die anderen Diaphragmen im Körper, wodurch das Stresslevel insgesamt stark sinkt. Und eins, was ich auch sehen konnte, das war das, dass also mit zunehmendem Lebensalter, mit Schwangerschaft oder auch nach Operationen im Beckenbodenbereich haben Menschen oft Probleme im urogenitalen Bereich, also zum Beispiel mit Haaren zurückhalten und so weiter. Und dass man da auch durch das Ashwini Mudra wirklich im Bereich Beckenbodentraining mit die besten Erfolge erzielen kann. Also ich wollte es einfach mal erzählen, um einfach so zum Kayakalpa üben vielleicht einen Anreiz zu bieten, dass man eben mit mehr Freude und Enthusiasmus dabei übt. Okay, now I'll try to say the same thing in English too. So I want to emphasize on a certain part of the Kayakalpa yoga. First of all, my name is Björn Schnurr. I'm from the south of Germany. I was practicing the SKY system for the last 20 years. I've been to India in 2003. There I met Professor Balachandran and Professor Rajashek and Professor Jayanti. And it was under their personal supervision that I could become a master of Sky Yoga. And I was very happy to learn more about it. And also over the coming years, they were also always visiting me once a year in my house in Germany. And I got their supervision there too. And this was really so helpful for me. And that's also, now I'm very happy that this Zoom meeting can happen here and all of you attend. So thank you very much for that. So what I wanted to emphasize, my topic about the Sky system is a certain part of the Kayakalpa, which is the Ashwini Mudra. And the Ashwini Mudra has a very great effect on certain structures of the body. So one of it are the muscles and the tendons and the fascia of the pelvic floor. So those muscles and fascia, they are directly attached to certain structures of the spine. So as a physiotherapist, my profession is physiotherapist, I could observe with many patients that if you do it regularly, then you can get rid of a lot of back pain. And also the spine, for example, if you're having sitting profession in front of a PC or so, that your spine is being strengthened through that. The other thing is that the central nervous system, if you activate the pelvic floor through the Ashwini Mudra, what happens is that there is a certain part of the brain, this is the limbic system, and this part is the emotional part of the brain. So if people have stress, and our modern society is in a way that we have developed more stress and more of stress symptoms in our bodies. So if we activate the pelvic floor through the Ashwini Mudra, then the limbic system in the brain is being activated too, and from there, there is a certain nervous feedback going down into the body and into, there are other layers of diaphragms in the body, like the abdominal diaphragm, for example. And these layers, they get a great release through that. And so this is the reason why Kayakalpa has such a strong effect on stress release and stress management these days. And then the third thing that I could observe was, as a physiotherapist, with people who became old, or who women after pregnancy, or men after certain type of urogenital operations, that because due to certain circumstances, the organs of the pelvic area can become very weakened. And through the Ashwini Mudra, there is something going on that activates the healing and the increase of function of these organs again. And I was observing it for many years, and it's really very interesting how strong this works. So I wanted to share these experiences simply for you, for your, so you get more enthusiasm maybe in your daily practice of Kayakalpa. So thank you very much for listening, and thank you to all the other speakers and to Balachandran, Raja, and Jayanti, so that you made this all possible. So thank you very much. Be blessed by the divine.
Thank you, Bjorn, for your namaste also at the end. So beautifully done. I would like to tell one secret about Bjorn. He is from the birthplace of Albert Einstein, Ulm. I'm sure that his scientific brain is going to bring science and spirituality very close, which is what was the dream of Albert Einstein. Thank you, Bjorn. Be blessed by the divine. Next, we'll be having Mr. Aaron Dever from Belgium. He'll be addressing us. He was introduced to us by Mr. Sagaraja, who is the coordinator in the from Holland. This is a young man, is an Ayurvedic student. He's interested in music, so he has got a diverse interests, and he's got a passion for all to learn these things. Now we request him to come and address us. Aaron, yeah, please.
Yes. Do you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
All
please
right.
go ahead.
Perfect. Hello, my name is Arend. I'm from Belgium, and thank you, Sky Yoga, for the opportunity for me to talk. And thank you, Marcus, for the beautiful art you showed in your talk. I'll definitely check The Philosopher. Thank you. Okay, I'll do a few sentences in Dutch, maybe. Dus mijn verhaal is, juist na de lockdown begon ik heel hevig te mediteren. En dan is er een enorme energie in mij ontwaakt. En daar ben ik nu eigenlijk de laatste maanden mee bezig geweest. dus dan ga ik nu uitleggen Engels over hier. Alright, now in English so everybody can understand. Right after the lockdown, I began meditating very, very intensely. I have no ties with Sky Yoga Center, so it's very strange, very mysterious that I ended up here, but thank you. Because I'm a musician, I had a few live gigs, but they were all cancelled due to the lockdown. So I thought, okay, music, very important for me, but spirituality also very important for me. So I began focusing all my energy in meditation. I had no method, nothing I followed. I read a lot of things. I read a lot of books on spirituality, but I was fed up with all the techniques and everything. So I said, just pure meditation, just breathing and sitting. So I did that for 2 weeks, right when the lockdown began, for an hour, sometimes a few hours, split it throughout the day. I began meditating. And after 2 weeks, suddenly I was meditating at night, midnight. I felt this enormous energy beneath my belly button. Spring open like a fountain, like a well, and rush throughout my whole system, roaring through my system. So I was shaking because the energy that came from within was so intense. And I stopped the meditation and I sat there, wow, what just happened? And this consisted. I lay there for 4 hours maybe, just shivering with all this energy and things happening in my body, things happening in my mind. And the next day I woke up and this remained. This intensity, this energy was still in my system and still is. And then I was for 2 weeks after that awakening in a deep state of polarization. I was extremely blissful, extremely ecstatic, and the other moment, intense suffering, intense, whoa, all my negativity, all my negative thought forms, patterns coming to the surface. What I would normally say, okay, I will fix this tomorrow. Now I had to fix this in the moment. So 2 weeks after this, I called with Raja from the Netherlands in SKY Yoga Center. And he gave me some directions, gave me a practice to temper this feeling, to master this energy in my system. And now I think it's 2 months, 1 month after I called with Raja, and everything is balanced now. It's still sometimes negative things, but that's a good thing. I see it as a cleansing. All the negative things that had to be removed are now just going on. So now what has transformed for me is a lot more balance, a lot more awareness in everything, what happens outside of me, inside of me, all the levels of what I am, what a human being is. So it really was an interesting experience, and it gave me, what is the most beautiful of all for me is this energy. It gave me a chance to finally take matters into my own hands. Before I was already busy with changing my life, going in the right direction, but now I really got the ability to transform things I would normally think I can't change this. This is just how it is. But now, with this peaceful, energetic state, having the power to transforming things that are not so fun or not just a shame that they are like this, transform them into a beautiful thing, into peace, into beauty. So again, thank you, Sky, for guiding me through. Even it was not in person, I have never met anybody in person. through the phone. So thank you for that. Thank you, Raja. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Yeah, thank you, Arend. You got a very musical voice. One day we would like to have your program as well, the music itself.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for sharing your personal experience and how some traumatic experience you were able to convert it into a very positive thing with the help of Sagaraja. Definitely you can come out and do a great job with Kundalini Shakti working positively now. So it's just a question of time. Be at it, things will definitely change for much, much better. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now we have another great personality, Mr. Tore Libek from Norway. He is a very good friend of us. He's an IT director in Neptune Energy, an oil platform in Norway. Very compassionate, very friendly. When we were quite new to Europe, he gave us a lot of advice as to how to take it forward in different places. It is extremely very kind of him. So whenever we think of him, that gratefulness, that feeling comes to us. Thank you. Thanks for everything, Mr. Tore. Now we'd like to have your views on this important day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So these are strange times. The world seems on edge and polarization is taking center stage. A language of us and them is arising. This language is a dangerous seed to further conflict. During meditation, it has become clear to me that I personally have a responsibility to fight for a language of we and all of us, rather than just us. Fear and hostility must be replaced by empathy, compassion, and love. I think we can only achieve this by bringing people together across perceived divides in society, being it age, gender, geographic origin, religious belief, or even sports club associations, right? When we experience or achieve something together with people, the perceived differences between us disappear. At the community or workplace level, I think we can all make an impact in this regard by striving for diversity. By recruiting someone older, younger, or from a different origin than the rest of the group, we bridge divides in society. This has positive community impact in so many ways. So my call for us today is, let's all be ambassadors for inclusion. I will now read two poems. The first is in my native language, Norwegian. It is written by one of our most cherished poets called Haldis Moren Vesaas. She tells us a story about two people who meet by their shared fence regularly in deep empathy for each other. This fence is a picture of the inner gates that will always exist, even in the closest relationships. While the poem is often understood as a love poem, the author herself says it's about friendship. It goes like this. Du går fram til min innerste grind, og jeg går fram til di. Innanfor den hver oss einsam, og det skal vi alltid bli. Aldri trenge seg lenger fram, var lova som gjaldt oss to. Antan vi møttes titt eller sjeldan, var møtet tillit og ro. Står du der ikke en dag jeg kjem, feller meg lett å snu. Når jeg har stått litt og sett på huset, og tenkt at der bor du. Så lenge jeg vet du vil komme iblant, som nå over knastrande grus, og smile glad når du ser meg stå her, skal jeg ha en heim i mitt hus. The second poem is written by the Finnish poet Eva Kilpi. I will read it in both English and Swedish. And as I read the English version first, I believe it requires no explanation. Tell me immediately if I'm disturbing you, he said, coming in the door, and I will leave right away. You not only disturb, I answered, you shake my whole being. Welcome. Säg till om jag stör, sa han när han steg in, så går jag med detsamma. Du inte bara stör, svarade jag. Du rubbar hela min existens. Välkommen. Thank you. May you all be blessed and healthy.
Thank you, Mr. Tore. It's very nice to have prose as well as poetry from you. This concept that instead of competition, can we have compassion? Instead of hostility, can we not be friendly? Just this change of heart would make all the difference. And this is exactly what all great masters across the world have been saying it. So from the physical level, can we go deeper to a spiritual level? At physical level, yes, there seems to be a lot of difference. That is only at the very, very shallow level, at the skin level. But when we go deeper at spiritual level, we find that we're all coming from the same source. We're all brothers and sisters. And in fact, even other living beings are just our cousins because the source is one. So it's been very beautifully brought out by you. Thank you very much, Tore, for giving time. Thank you.
Next, Susan Mayuri from Kenya. She is a manager in a multinational company, always smiling, kind-hearted, and she is a social worker. Whenever she finds time, she is interested in doing social service. She was initiated in 2017. Welcome, Susan ji.
Thank you very much.
Yes, please go ahead, madam.
Please go ahead.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah.
I will start by speaking in Swahili, which is a national language here in Kenya. Jambo nyote, nashukuru sana kwa kuwa na fursa hii ya kuongea na watu kutoka ulimwengu wote juu ya hii mafunzo ya SKY. Nafurahia kuwa niliingizwa juu kwa hii maelekezo in 2017 wakati Raj alikuwa ametembea Kenya, na nikawa na shukrani zaidi kwa yule tunafanya kazi na yeye Sachin, ambaye alijaribu kutuelekeza kwa hiyo miendo. Na pia nafurahi tena juu nitaongea juu ya jamii, amani ya akili na umuhimu wa jamii. Asanteni sana. So thank you very much. That was an introduction in Swahili. So in English, if I may just dwell a little bit more, is I got introduced to the SKY practices when Raj visited Kenya in 2017 February. I was invited through my colleague Sachin, and that experience was quite, I'd say, unique. Unique because we learned that there's energy in the world, and he was able to demonstrate that to us. And the fact that just by being able to control that energy, we're able to apply our minds and be able to calm our mind. That also came through the breathing practices that we had. Typically, we think that breathing is just a matter of in and out. And then I learned that actually breathing can do a lot of good to our bodies. It gives us good health. It also calms that mind. And when we do that, then we send out positive energies that are also very useful in our family situations. When we have peace of mind, we're able to bless our families. When we are praying where we are, meditating where we are, our family members can be reached by us sending those positive energies. that was quite profound by just sitting through that session. And a number of other areas have been covered, which the other speakers have mentioned. I think what I'd want to say is that I've seen that through yoga, the body, the mind, and the soul are all common in all human beings, irrespective of where we are from. And when we have alignment in those, we're able to have peace, a peace of mind, and the peace of mind also radiates to those around us. Those around us could be our families, could be our colleagues, and as well to the ends of the world. So it's in turn will be making the world a better place for us to live in. So in brief, nasema nimeshukuru sana tena kwa kuwa nimeongea na nyinyi. Natumaini tutaendelea kuelekeza hii mambo ya SKY. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I believe that the SKY teachings will continue because they are of benefit to the whole world. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Susan ji. It shows your interest in Sky Yoga. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mr. Hans Boer from Holland. He's basically an Ayurvedic student. His ambition in life has been to find cure without medicines. Let us all wish all the best for him. Very young, very energetic. He has a great ambition about yoga. In fact, he has got so much interest that he travels widely to get knowledge on different subjects. So he's an all-rounder, always ready to learn more and more. And if he's really able to do something about, in fact, Maharishi used to say that medicine has to be used only when the internal system is somehow not able to push itself. The blood is not able to flow properly. Some push has to be given. It can be given internally or externally. So internally, with our simple physical exercises, if we can do it, then medicines need not be taken. That's only when things go bad and you're not able to do anything naturally, then only medicines have to be taken. And I think this young boy having this interest of medicineless cure is quite astonishing. And we'll wish him all the best. Now over to Mr. Hans Boer. His video will be playing now.
Namaskar, everyone. So I was asked by a friend to talk a little bit about yoga and what it means in my life. And that's actually, it's funny because I have to talk about my life and I have to talk to you. But I think the whole idea of yoga is, to unite. So to understand that there is no difference between me and you and us and them and things like this. So I think when I think of what yoga means, it's like to unite with everyone and everything around you and to understand that there is no difference. When you think of an apple tree, it gives an apple, and inside the apple there is another apple tree. And of course, this goes on, and there is no difference between the apple and the apple tree when you look at it like this. So we humans, we say when we are born, we come into this world, but I think maybe we come out of this world. Just like the apple comes out of the apple tree, and the apple tree comes out of the apple. So this is my very limited idea of yoga and what it means and what it should mean for everyone, I think. And of course, when we have the exercises, the hatha yoga, we do our breathing and make sure our physical body gets strong. This is only to prepare ourselves for meditation, and this meditation is designed, or we do meditation so we can understand that there is no difference between inside and outside. I mean, what is the use of having a good, well-toned, muscular body and you can stand on your head when you don't even know how to be nice to people and how to live with respect to the surroundings, you know? So I think this is very, very basic idea of yoga, and this is my idea of yoga. So I hope it can mean something to you, and I hope I can learn something from you, and I'm looking forward to celebrate this day of yoga. And
Yeah, so we just heard Mr. Hansberg. We could see even from his looks that he's able to see the unity in everything. That beautiful example of the apple tree within an apple, and in the apple tree, a lot of apples. So like this, it is possible for us with a different outlook, a philosophical outlook, could make all the change, that from separation, we could see the unity. It would have been very nice that if he had been physically here talking to us, we could even share some thoughts with him. But it's so nice of him that in spite of his busy thing, he is able to make a video and send it. Next, we are going to hear from Farida from Bahrain. This is also a recorded message because she was not able to do it live at this particular point of time. She's a student of SKY. She's a student of SKY, enjoys the SKY system, and in fact she has an ambition to become a master of the system and teach it, because she feels that this could bring harmony among people, and people can identify themselves with a greater cause. We wish her all the best, and let's hear Farida from Bahrain.
She's saying wild word of the internet.
Oh, she's, I don't know whether you're able to listen to it. She was saying Valga Valamudan in Tamil. Yes, that's so nice of her.
I'm going to talk a bit about the SKY meditation and how much I have benefited from this. SKY meditation has given me the opportunity to explore my inner self. Before I joined SKY meditation, I initially thought that it was more about stretching and yoga exercises in the sense of physical activity. However, I realized that it is much deeper concept of connecting with your inner self and other living things that exist in the universe, and how to build this harmony with everything surrounding you. In order to better understand the philosophy of life, which comprises of different tools such as analyzing your thought, neutralizing your anger, and moralization of your desire, they are all concepts that are used to create peace with yourself and with everything. You will get all these concepts and more by joining SKY Meditation Diploma. We are all students of the universe, and we will continue to learn as we grow. And in this opportunity, I want to send my appreciation and thanks to my master, Shaker, for all his efforts. Lastly, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, Valhe Valmuden. بغيت أتكلم شوي عن السكاي مديتيشن. مركز سكاي مديتيشن أعطوني الفرصة أن أكتشف الذات أو النفس الداخلية. في البداية اعتقدت أن الأمر يتعلق بالنشاط البدني، مثلا تروحين مكان تسوين ستريتشنج، تسوين رياضة تمدد، هالأمور. بعد ذلك لما انضميت لهم عرفت أن مفهوم التأمل عندهم أعمق بكثير. من خلال تعلم التقنيات والتواصل مع ذاتك ومع جميع الكائنات الحية الموجودة في الكون. وأيضا كيف أبني هذا الانسجام مع كل شيء وأكون in harmony، أكون في انسجام تام مع الأشياء اللي حواليني. في هناك أدوات خاصة لفهم فلسفة الحياة، مثلا التحكم في الغضب، تحليل الأفكار، إطفاء روح الأخلاق السامية والحميدة في كل معاملاتنا مع الناس. كل هذه الأمور تعلمتها لما انضميت إلى كورس الدبلومة. أخيرا جميعنا طلبة في هذا الكون، ودائما أنا حاطة في بالي مثل اللي يقول نطلب العلم من المهد إلى اللحد. لازم نستمر في طلب العلم والمعرفة طالما نحن أحياء ونتنفس. وبهالمناسبة بعد بغيت أشكر ماستر شيكر على كل مجهوده معانا في البحرين.
Yes, that was Farida from Bahrain. We could see that how introspection has made a change in her life, and she looks forward to take it to more and more people. That's been so nice of her. Now we have Armen Topekian from United States of America. He had got the system from 1996. He took Kayakalpa, he took other courses as well. And he found that he had a very, very positive impact in his life. And from that time onwards, he says that there has been a change in his personality. And he has been a very active participant in our programs. And yes, we are going to see his video now. Again, he could not come alive in this particular point of time. So he has sent it recorded to us, and we are going to listen to that. So over to Mr. Armen Topakian, USA.
Hi, be blessed by the divine. This is Armen Topakian. I've been doing sky meditation since 1996. I learned it in Lebanon by an Indian teacher who was visiting there, and I've been doing it ever since. Before that, I used to do other meditations, so it was really an exciting new experience that I had with sky meditation. It was different than the others because it gave me a little more sense of focus, much stronger than the other meditations where I would tend to become less and less in the present state, kind of. I've been doing it, and it's been kind of automatic after a while. I have been sometimes when I'm driving, I tend to go into the Shanti and sometimes to Agnya, and it's been a wonderful experience. I've been doing it for a long time, and when I came to the US, I didn't know that there was a center here, so by luck I found out in 2014, I believe it was, yes. And I contacted Gopal in Irvine, and also I started frequenting the center in Irvine. I guess a little on it's a different from the experience point of view. What Sky really gave me a better idea was to differentiate the different vibrations that I was feeling in different type of people, from my Lebanese community or Armenian community, or in the US here with different type of communities, and with the Indian community. So that's something which I found Sky to be unique from the other meditations that I was doing. which had mantra with mantra meditations, and I used to do the sutra and contemplation and other types of meditations. But Sky, it's very simple, but it's also much more. How can I say it? It's much more in depth. It gives you to the point exactly what it is. It's a little bit difficult to explain in words, but I would encourage people to try it and just a little bit be patient about it, and it will come up. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about my experience.
Yes, we should thank Mr. Armand Tupekia. Of course, the audio was not very clear, but we could see from his expression that he wanted to convey the great effects of Sky system. We are almost coming to the conclusion of a wonderful evening. We could hear about yoga in so many different languages. What a beautiful, we heard it in German, we had it in Dutch, we had it in Italian, and English, and French, and in Arabic, Kenyan. I hope I've covered almost all the languages we have spoken. In fact, the entire Europe has been beautifully represented today. Of course, Norwegian, the program is being conducted by Norway Team. We are extremely thankful to them for having organized this program, and for each one of the speakers that given such a short notice, all of you have very kindly agreed and share your thoughts about yoga, about your experiences, about your philosophy, how with your ambitions, your hopes, your future plans. It's been a wonderful evening, and we just hope that if the whole world can be like this. Yes, we belong to the so-called different religions, we belong to different parts of the world, we speak different languages, maybe we have different political leanings, but behind all these differences, we are able to see the commonality. At the spiritual level, at the emotional level, we all want peace, we all want cooperation, we all want kindness. And this has been expressed in your native languages and in English so beautifully. May this International Yoga Day, the International Confluence of Yoga and Peace, organized from Europe, may this smell spread all around, and may this bring peace, harmony, health to everyone in the world. With this fond hope, now we hand it over to the Norwegian team to say the last few words. And thank you all once again. Be blessed by the divine. Over to Jamuna.
Thank
Yes.
you, Professor. Yeah, thank you, Professor Balchandran. Jamuna ma'am, you can please take over from here.
Thank you, Aya. With us, we also have Jairam. So he would like to say a few words. So I will let him say those words and then I'll continue my speech. You able to hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I request Mr. Jairam to continue. Yes. Thank you, sir.
Valga Vadamanam. Valga Vadamanam. Valga Vadamanam. Be blessed by divine. Thank you very much for participating, and it's been a long time since I see you guys, and I hope to see you again. I will say something different because I think everybody have like have this pretty much say the most important thing about the meditation thing. That is obvious that this method is very, very good, and the yoga part is also extraordinarily good. what I want to say now is I think it's very good for us who do meditation, and we are grateful for what we have and spread the good vibes in the world, because now I think the COVID-19 is all about that Mother Earth need a little break from pollution and everything. So we who are spiritual and we are making good vibes in the world is very, very, very nice. So, and I'm very grateful that I learned this technique, and it's amazing. I hope to see you again, guys. I really hope to see you again. Yes. So that's all. Be blessed.
Thank you very much for the wonderful feeling. We could feel the emotions. Definitely we'll make it. Let the COVID be over. Be blessed. Okay, Jamana. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jairam. வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed by the divine. Good evening, everyone. God kveld, alle sammen. I'm going to speak in Norwegian with a little bit mixing of Tamil and English in between. Et felles grunn til at vi samlet her på denne spesielle dagen SKY Yoga. இன்றைய தினத்தில் நாம் இணைந்து இருப்பதற்கு முக்கிய காரணம் மனவளக்கலை யோகா. That was in Tamil. Jeg antar at som for meg, for mange her, kom SKY Yoga som et svar på et eller annet søkt hver og en av oss har hatt i et eller annet tidspunkt i vårt liv. Alle i verden ønsker seg et lykkelig liv. Lykkelig liv kommer ikke uten at vi finner individuell fred. Det vil først da spre i familie, samfunnet og verden, og ikke minst fremme fred og harmoni mellom oss, naturen og atmosfæren rundt oss. God helse, rolig sinne, fredelig sjel hovedkriterier for å oppleve individuell fred. Men hvordan oppnår vi det? How do we reach happiness and peace? Budskapet til SKY Yoga nettopp det. Peace within us is the key to lead a happy and harmonious life and peace in the world. But how do we reach that? SKY Yoga shows us the way to reach just that. SKY Yoga læren løfter oss med forståelse om sjel, kropp og sinne, og det naturlige og vidunderlige relasjon mellom disse. Gjennom enkle og regelmessige fysiske øvelser lærer vi hvordan vi kan ta vare på helsen. Gjennom meditasjon finner vi veien til å være forenet med våre indre og den ytre atmosfæren rundt oss. Hva mer kan vi be om? What more can we ask? Vi evig takknemlige til grunnlegger av SKY Yoga-systemet, Sri Vethathiri Maharishi, sin ydmykhet til å ønske at denne læren skulle nå alle mennesker, alle familier, alle samfunnet i hele verden, til å gjøre verden et bedre sted for oss og våre generasjoner som kommer. வேதாத்ரி மகர்ஷியின் கருணையினால் நமக்கு இத்தகைய ஒரு வாழ்க்கை வள கல்வி கிடைத்துள்ளது. அதனை கற்று பயனடைய நாம் எல்லோரும் கொடுத்து வைத்துள்ளோம் என்றே சொல்லலாம். Som Tore, som snakket fra Norge litt før, påpekte, tiden inne for at alle skal tenke og snakke et språk av vi og alle oss. As Tore in this video pointed out, it is now time to think and talk a language that is we and all of us. I dag feirer vi verden den 6. internasjonale dagen. Det en stor glede og ære for oss i SKY Norge å holde dette programmet med dere fra ulike verdensdeler. Dette den første virtuelle, flerspråklige, internasjonal nettsamling, og hver av dere kan være stolt over at dere en del av å skape en Sky Yoga-historie. Sky Norway sin reise startet i Norge i år 2005, da professor Balachandran, professor Jayanti og professor Rajeshekar landet i Norge. Da ble vi introdusert for Sky Yoga, ikke bare som et yogautdanning, men en forståelse om hvordan yoga knyttet til våre daglige liv. Og det åpnet dørene til et helt nytt verden for oss. நாங்கள் இக்கல்வியின் மூலம் யோகா என்பது நம் அன்றாட வாழ்க்கையுடன் எவ்வாறு இணைந்துள்ளது என்பதை அறிந்து புரிந்து வியந்து பின்பற்றி வருகின்றோம். Før Sky, mange av oss oppfattet yoga som bare asanas, det vil si fysiske øvelser, og det for yogiene som lever et liv som vanskelig for vanlige mennesker, de kunne ikke gjøre, og at det var et felt bare for vismennene eller helgene. Lærdom og reisen gjennom Sky Yoga har forandret den oppfatning til mange av oss, på lik måte som det har sikkert gjort for mange globalt. Vi har lært at gjennom selvanalyse og meditasjon vi kan overvinne utfordringene og bekymringer i livet. Hvordan vi kan ta vare på andre og beskytte oss mot ubehagelige opplevelser gjennom å sende positive tanker i kraften av velsignelse. Through meditation and self-analysis, we have learned how to overcome our challenges in the life and how to overcome the worries in our life. I likhet med meg har mange millioner mennesker over hele verden blitt rørt av Vethathiri Maharishis lære og opplever en ny side ved livet. Med positivitet, tilfredshet. Dette gir oss lykke og fred. Maharishi en legendarisk guru som så for seg verdens fred gjennom individuell fred. Maharishi så a world peace through individual peace. Og i dag hver og en av oss som med i denne samling, tar denne visjonen som vår egne. We take his vision as our own, with hope and ambition to bring peace in the world. Yoga fri for språk. Det rytmen i kroppen og sjelen til sjelen. En vakker medley som fyller hele universet med kraftig energi. En multilingual samling som dette kan anses som en refleksjon av dette. Vi knyttet med hverandre, uansett, med tanker. Dette kan alle forstå. Med hensyn til tiden skal jeg nå avslutte min tale med å takke våre kjære Sky-professorer Bala, Jayanti, Rajeshekar. Concerning the time, so I'm going to conclude my speech.
Thank you, sister.
No, I'm not done yet.
Okay, go ahead.
No, when we approached our professors with an interest to arrange such a program on this special day, without hesitation, they said yes to support us. And here today they are with us, not only once, but twice on the same day. I thank you all for that. And today, on behalf of other Sky members in Norway, I can tell all of you that we are so proud to host this arrangement on this International Yoga Day, where we unite the whole world with the people who are like-minded. It has been such a pleasure to listen to all of your views and witness the respect you show on Swamiji and the knowledge he has imparted to this world. We are so happy to identify ourselves as us with all of you. Last but not the least, on behalf of SKY Norway, I would like to extend our special thanks to each and every one of you for giving your support by participating and enlightening us even more with your understanding, knowledge, and experience with Sky Yoga system and this philosophy. Let this be a beginning of a long, beautiful journey we all can make towards world peace. With that thought, let us observe silence for a few seconds and feel these blessings. வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. And in Tamil, we say, அருட்பேராற்றல் கருணையினால் உடல் நலம், நீளாயுள், நிறை செல்வம், உயர் புகழ், மெஞ்ஞானம் ஓங்கி வாழ்க. The same we say in Norwegian. I nåden av den allmäktige energi må vi alla bli välsignat med god hälsa, ett långt liv, nog välstånd, framgång, wisdom och fred. Be blessed by the divine. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sister. We will have a beautiful world blessing song to conclude this session, along with thanks to everyone who's participated and all of the guest speakers. Thank you. Be blessed by the divine. We can now play the world blessing song. This will be in Tamil, but let's understand the essence of it and and the vision in which Swamiji created this world blessing. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
We're not able to hear the audio.
Not yet.
உலகமெல்லாம் பருவமழை ஒத்தபடி பெய்யட்டும், உழவரெல்லாம் தானியத்தை உவப்புடனே பெருக்கட்டும். உலகமெல்லாம் பருவமழை ஒத்தபடி பெய்யட்டும், உழவரெல்லாம் தானியத்தை உவப்புடனே பெருக்கட்டும். பல தொழில்கள் புரிகின்ற பாட்டாளி உயரட்டும், பகுத்துணர்வில் தொகுத்துணர்வு பண்பாட்டை உயர்த்தட்டும். உலகமெல்லாம் பரு பெய்யட்டும். கலகங்கள் போட்டி பகை கடந்து ஆட்சி நடக்கட்டும், கல்லாமை கடன் வறுமை களங்கங்கள் மறையட்டும். கலகங்கள் போட்டி பகை கடந்தாட்சி நடக்கட்டும், கல்லாமை கடன் வறுமை கள நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும் நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும் நம் கடமை அறவாழ்வின் நாட்டத்தே சிறக்கட்டும் வாழ்க வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன் வாழ்க வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன் வாழ்க வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன் வாழ்க வையகம் வாழ்க வளமுடன்
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
Thank you all. We'll see you all soon, maybe in another event really soon. So thank you all again. So we'll just leave the meeting on for a few minutes so that we can save the comments and we can just do the background things. You all can leave the meeting as and when you feel like. Thanks a lot again to each and everybody. Valka Valamudan. Be blessed by
We
the
also
Lord.
join everyone. Thank you everyone for all the support and help. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Be blessed by the divine.
We will surely send that world blessing song with Tamil titles, English titles as and when possible, so that all of you can enjoy that song again. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you, Jayantima and Professor Balchandran. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you everyone for a great meeting. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Same to you, Marcus.